Welcome back to another great episode of Facts and Stats, man. Y'all know what it is. We got your three hosts here. We missing King for this episode, but it's cool. We gonna hold it down for him. For all of our supporters and new supporters that's watching this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend about the upcoming
So,
podcast. That we got doing, that we got going on. Shirts is on the way as well. Fact and Stats shirts is coming soon. And then tune into all of our Instagram lives that's coming soon with us and everything like that. Today, for this episode, we're going to talk to y'all about the women's national NCAA championship that just happened this past weekend, and then the men's championship game that just happened yesterday. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the ESPN top 10 list for players under 25 that just came out today as well. So, to kick it off, Q, you said you had some shit to say, some things to say about that women's championship game on Sunday. What were your thoughts on that game and how it ended and how was it going for you, for what you seen?
And to me, that was like one of the best games in the tournament, period. Like out of the whole NCAA men's and women. Like I was watching that Sunday, and I ain't been in tune with the whole tournament, but I've been keeping up. You know what I'm saying? So I seen, I was familiar with Arizona and Stanford.
right.
Stanford, they had one of the most hectic seasons like ever. I was just reading up on them. They said they had to fly over 7,500 miles like throughout the season because they had health and safety regulations where they couldn't have all the sports basically got canceled due to the pandemic, and the only way they was
Mm-hmm.
able to practice was they literally had to go somewhere else. So they literally just had to spend like 63 straight days on the road, whether it just be straight practice and games.
Mm-hmm.
And in Arizona, that was a team uh not as skilled as the other teams within the Final Four, but they was just so greedy the way they was just able to outwill. They was just able to will their way all the way to the championship. But I'm not gonna ramble too long. I'm gonna let y'all, let y'all give y'all pieces on it.
Uh,
But that was one of my favorite games of the tournament this year.
Yeah, similar to you, I'll go ahead and kick off. Say what I gotta say. Similar to you, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm one of the biggest NCAA women's fan. I did watch some of the close games, like towards the Elite Eight, Final Four, and things like that. And I support women's basketball all the
Right.
time. I love seeing women hoop. Period. I love seeing everybody hoop. Period. In Arizona, they led by the young lady McDonald. They a lot of people didn't expect them to beat Gonzaga, and they did that. So
Mm-hmm.
them to go to the championship and play Stanford, who I feel like was supposed to lose to South Carolina. Um, Stanford
Right.
got lucky 2 games back to back. I'm gonna just be honest with you. They got lucky 2 games back to back because it was also a bad call in the game against Arizona late too. But they had a shot to win it. McDonald just ended up missing it. I feel like her teammate that was on the left wing after she inbounded the ball, she should have cut through, but she chose
Well,
to
see,
like.
let me tell you right there, because I literally just got done reading it, and and this is the mentality like this. They was on that Mamba mentality. They said post game like in the huddle, they said it was gonna be Ari or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they
That's a
said she
fact.
was taking a shot regardless. So her teammate, and I was thinking that the same as that thing is just like because none of her teammates even like looked like they wanted the ball
Right, right.
because she could have
Mm-hmm.
easily made like a small cut and got in the window and
Yeah.
had a shot or a layup,
Mm-hmm.
but
Nah, but
you know
the other a team guard said yeah they knew once Ari had the ball they were just going to double her regardless.
uh,
She was like yeah go double. But my thing is like even if she's shooting the ball like get out her way. It was easy to
Right.
bring
Right.
that
Right.
double team because
I
she,
mean,
bro literally
I don't know, bro.
she inbounded the ball it didn't even move like she's literally on her left side. So like what how much can she do? That double team is going to come
Mm-hmm.
easy. Um, but
Right.
Mark, what's
Right.
your
Right.
thoughts on it?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
I mean, my take is pretty much the same as y'all. I mean, I watched a little bit of the game. Um, I think it was a good game. I think it was better than the men's game, of course. But uh, it showed me a few bright spots in the women's game. I think they need to spread some more light on the women, of
Yeah,
course.
for sure.
With the whole weight room. You know what I'm saying? How they weight room was looking against the men's, ain't had no weights
Oh
at
yeah.
all, bro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They lunch all that. So I think they just need to give women, you know what I'm saying, more props because they're definitely showing up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a good
Yeah.
game though.
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
it definitely was. It definitely was. The Arizona's downfall though, it was just this inefficiency just killed them
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end, man. Cause they never the way that game went, it was just like Arizona would just go on stints to where they would just
Yeah.
completely lock down.
Their late
hmm
game execution was terrible too. It was terrible.
yeah.
It was terrible.
I mean, they had to work with what they was able
Yeah.
to do, man. You could tell, like she, like Ari, like that. I love her as a player. Like she reminds me so much of as like those players that could like will use their will to kind of change the game, like
Mm-hmm.
a Jimmy
hmm
Butler or like a Russell Westbrook, like those type of high energy players.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell she was super limited on offense, man. They get
Yeah,
her
like
they get her to the paint and they send had like two people's just hands up right there. Can't really do nothing.
yeah, I was rooting for Arizona just simply because of their coach. Seeing where she was coming from, and I think that was like their first championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that was definitely big. I was pulling for them, but of course they didn't make it. It's all good though. Maybe next year.
Hopefully.
yeah, man. And it's crazy that they was even able to stay in that game, like shoot
Right,
29% from the field. They got out
right.
rebounded by like almost 20 rebounds. And barely lost it, man. But
You know,
solid game either way.
it was like it's like Mark said, it was better than the men's game for sure. Speaking on the men's
Yeah,
game now, we're gonna go ahead and wind that in. I would say this was probably one of the most hyped championship matchups in a long time, a real
yeah.
long time. Probably thinking back to like Villanova and North Carolina. I think a lot of people was hyped for that game too. But a couple years ago when Chris Jenkins hit that
hmm
game winner, but
Yeah.
this game was super hype, man. I'm gonna be
Right.
honest. You know, Baylor had the undefeated season, which doesn't happen often. And Baylor just had
hmm
them dogs on their side. You know, Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, Teague. You know, the whole mob that they have over there. What were y'all thoughts in that game, Mark? I'm gonna go ahead and start with you. Like, what did you see in that game, and were you surprised on like the outcome?
Well, I wouldn't say I was surprised. I did have Zags win. I did say I'm gonna say that right now. I wanted them to win, but unfortunately they let me down. Baylor they just seemed like they was ready from beginning to end. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They from defense wise,
Mm-hmm.
Zags just had too many turnovers. They missing free throws when they
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be knocking them down. All they had was Suggs really to really get going. Everybody else was kind of just missing shots, missing assignments. Defense, they wasn't playing no defense really. Baylor was knocking them down from three early in the game, and they was just hitting from what I'm saying from every spot. I was
Yeah.
just like they was playing a flawless game, offensive wise and defense wise. So I can't hate too much.
That's a fact. Q, what's your thoughts on it?
That's definitely a fact.
Hmm?
Baylor, they just basically clamped Gonzaga. Like they kind of little boyed them in the championship
Yeah,
game at the end of the
pretty
day.
much.
Um, and they did also have some great guard play. Um,
Mhm.
Mitchell Butler, T. I think Adam Flagler also put in some points off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Baylor they just kind of came through and they just took the championship, and
Mhm.
they left they left us with no doubts who the champion was for real. So
Yeah. I
they
I
did what they had to
wish
do.
I wish I sort of kind of like analyzed the matchup a little bit more prior to the game because I do know like Mark said I was on Gonzaga side like a little bit more too. But I really didn't mind who won the game. I just wanted to see a great game. But I know like Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, a lot of the analysts had Gonzaga winning as well. But if I really analyzed the game, like I would have seen that it wasn't a good matchup. Um, and I
Right.
solely think the Gonzaga lost because of Timmy. That dude, that man, he would never play. He probably would never play professional basketball if he ever even tries to play in NBA. His defense was terrible. For real, that man defense was terrible. Pick and roll defense was terrible. They went to a 2-3 zone and Teague attacked the middle of the 2-3 zone because Timmy was in the middle of the 2-3 zone. Like, so it's like
Right. Right.
he, it was just terrible. Like, and I solely think like he fucked that game up. He messed the game up. Suggs
Right.
getting
Right.
too early, 2 fouls early, and him having to come out messed the game up a little bit too. But either way, Baylor came out
Mhm.
steaming. They hit 10 threes in total, and Gonzaga only hit 5. So that's already a 15-point swing right there. So
Right.
it was tough. I just think that game had a lot to do with Timmy. I think Timmy To beat all the hype that he had going in, on that Gonzaga team, and him being I'm not gonna say a dominant force, but a big force in the paint for that team, he didn't step up. Kispert, he did what he could, but every time he drove the ball, it got blocked. Like Baylor just came out with more energy, more intensity, and all around better game. Especially like I said, the defense side of the ball where they set the tone. So. And then Jared Butler, shout out to Jared Butler because I feel like every time Gonzaga was trying to make a run, he came back and hit a 3 or 2. So it's sort of kind of like slapping him in the face, so the better team won. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Pretty much whoever Timmy was guarding, they was gonna go at him. Yeah. Whoever he was guarding at the time, whoever had the ball, they was gonna go at him.
He was terrible.
Whoever offense.
Yeah, he was terrible. He was real terrible.
Whoever offense, whoever was guarding Timmy, that's who scored.
Yeah.
Whoever, what's his name? Vital. He was on the boards. He was working.
Yeah, he was working. He was working. So look, shit, man. Gonzaga got outplayed. Shout out to Jalen Suggs. I can't wait to see where he go in the NBA. He's definitely a top 5.
I hope.
Yeah, he's gonna be crazy. This class is gonna be crazy with Cade and Suggs at the top.
Yeah. No. You can't forget Jalen Green.
Of course. No.
Jalen Green. This Jonathan Kuminga, Evan Mobley. Lord, and Davion Mitchell, who I know he raised his stock for sure. People weren't even viewing him as like a top 10 player, but he's definitely, in my opinion, a top 5 talent. Obviously, he's not going to go top 5, but he's a top 5 talent to me because he literally plays just like Donovan Mitchell, but he just passed the ball a little better.
I hope OKC get one of them. Yeah. Hope OKC get one of them.
Put them right with SGA. Y'all got some young talent over there too. Y'all got young talent right now too. Moses Brown will be a nice little bright spot too.
Yeah.
I like talent and like 30 picks.
30 picks, man. I'm ready.
That shit gonna turn. That's one of the best things about being a fan of a team. Like stand down throughout that whole process.
Yeah. It definitely is, bro.
Got to.
I can tell you.
And
I can tell you, man, that Lakers drought was crazy, and I know y'all have been through some droughts too in Miami.
Nah, that's what I was just about to get to. Like, you got to think about it, bro. Miami never had a drought. Literally, I'm being real right now. Sit back and think about this. I've been a fan since 2004. I promise you, since Dwayne Wade rookie season. We never had a drought. Our worst season was when we went 15-67. We supposed to get Derrick Rose, but y'all know how that gay ass lottery shit go. We ended up with the second pick. But think about it, D Rose and D Wade. But we ended up with the second pick, and we got Michael Beasley, who proved to be a good rookie as well. But other than that, after Beasley, we traded Shaq to Phoenix, and we got Sean Marion and Jermaine O'Neal. We were still solid. We was a playoff team. And then after that, we got LeBron. And then LeBron left. We still won 40 games without LeBron, but we missed the playoffs the first year. Then we got Dragic, came back. Like, we never had a drought. Right. The Heat never had a drought.
I guess y'all was making the playoffs, I guess.
Even before that, y'all had Tim Hardaway, you had Alonzo Mourning, you had, you know what I'm saying, even before that. Mm-hmm. So y'all was working.
I was thinking, like, droughts between, like, championships.
Nah. When I think of a drought, I think of a drought of like constantly having a top 10 pick or constantly having a rebuild type shit.
Right.
Yeah, we never had to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish we did because I don't know if y'all remember. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. We were terrible. We probably was like negative like 15 to 20 games, and we went on a random. Y'all can probably look it up. We went on a random ass win streak with Deion Waiters. We went on like a 15 to 20 game.
I remember that because Deion Waiters is my man because I rock with Syracuse.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing that like, yo, he going crazy.
We went on a random winning streak, bro. We supposed to get Lonzo Ball or Fultz that draft, but we went on a random winning streak and that turned to like Bam Adebayo at like 13. So I was mad as shit about that, bro.
Shit, that low key worked out.
It paid out. Yeah.
I don't know what y'all would have did with a Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball, yeah, that would have messed up everything, honestly.
Yeah, but you know it worked out. But like I was basically to say, Mark, shit, I wish I could experience my team going through a rebuild because I'd rather us go through a rebuild to get star talent versus being around having star talent and not making a championship.
Yeah. It's great when your front office is actually like competent though. If you're just one of them teams that's just stuck because your front office is bad, man, it's terrible. Because that's how the Lakers were.
Y'all shit was bad.
We was bad.
Y'all paid a lot of respect to Kobe though.
Yeah, which that part was cool, but just all the other moves were just really bad. That like I'm talking like even post Kobe, like Mitch Kupchak and the Bus brother, they were making bad moves all out, giving Timothy Mozgov, Luol Deng on contract. He was still drafting good, but Yeah, we had like 2 or 3 seasons where we had like our worst seasons in franchise history. Like
Mhm.
bad. Like
Nah, that shit was
but
crazy.
shit.
I wish Kobe never like. I wish he never tore his Achilles because that would have kept y'all afloat a little longer. Because after he tore his Achilles,
I think we could have made some noise,
yeah,
bro.
for sure, for sure.
And
Yeah,
Cause like after he did that, y'all just gave him money that y'all knew he wasn't. No disrespect, but gave him money that
yeah,
y'all knew he wasn't
because
worth.
he wasn't even playing.
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah,
even playing. Like, because I
right.
remember when he did it, he came back, played like maybe like 15 to 20 something games,
hmm
if that. Ended up, I think he like
he
messed
went
up his
down again.
rotator cuff.
Yeah, he went down
Yeah,
again.
Hmm.
went down
Got
again,
hurt
and that's
again.
all he just. And then after since then, he was just back and forth, back and forth. To where like he wasn't even like really on the team for real.
Yeah,
Like this is when he would just be out doing Jimmy Kimmel
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, right. He's on his retirement time. He was
Right.
ready.
Yeah,
He was chilling.
He was
He was
ready.
chilling with D'Lo and Randall, wanting to see them do things with
Yeah,
Clarkson.
that's what
he
I'm
was ready.
saying.
And it's crazy because D'Lo, Randall, and Clarkson all turned into dogs right now. Like they
That's
all
fact.
dogs. D'Lo just
That's
came back
fact.
Bruh,
and
yeah, we draft.
they
Our
all
draft
dogs.
go crazy. Like we draft everybody. All our lottery picks are all stars.
hmm
And then we got Jordan Clarkson. We ain't even draft him. We got him. We got him for some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And then Larry Nance, he's solid.
hmm Yeah, he's solid. I respect Larry. I respect Larry for sure. But
yeah, humble dude.
that took us to the basketball topic. We went from the NCAA women's, NCAA men's championship games.
Ooh, before we switch it, we about to switch to the NBA, but before we switch it, we gotta shout out Hubert Davis. He's replacing Roy Williams at
Yeah,
UNC.
yeah, long time
Um,
assistant. Shout out
yeah,
to the black brother for real. Shout out to the black brother. I
first
can't wait to
first
see him.
Nah,
black
for
coach,
real.
first black coach in UNC history.
hmm
I think they said
Yeah,
no.
that's
That's
a big
big.
shout out. That's a big shout out. Good thing that you said that for
That's
real.
big.
Yeah.
Um, once again, shout out to him. And then, but we're gonna go ahead and take it to our last topic of this very brief episode. The ESPN came out with a top 10. Y'all know they love to start things like this. But ESPN came out with a top 10
Oh yeah.
list for players 25 and under. If y'all can pull it up, that'd be great. If not, I wish I can show it to y'all right now. I'm gonna go ahead and read it off
Yeah.
for y'all. Tell me what would y'all
You said Luca,
change?
no.
ESPN. Tell me what would y'all
Uh,
change?
This is a top 25, I think, right here.
I
Unless I'm looking at the wrong one.
I think it's top 10 players 25 or under.
yeah, 25 under.
Yeah,
The age
yeah,
25
age
under.
25. So they
This is 25. I'm looking. It's a top 20, top under 25, and they got 25 niggas right here.
who's what's 1 through 3?
1 through 3 is Luca, Zion, Lamelo, and then it's Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Ben
They
Simmons,
did a whole
Devin
25
Booker.
player list.
They go all the way up to 25. Number 25 is Colin Sexton.
All right, well, from what I seen and what Stephen A seen,
We're gonna
he
stop
only
at
did the
110.
top 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
gonna
we'll do
keep
10.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna keep it on the 10 real quick. The order is right though. Luca's 1, Zion, Lamelo, D. Mitch, if y'all can remember, Tatum at 5, Fox, Ben, Booker, Bam, and SGA. So just y'all initial thoughts. I'm gonna start with you, Mark. What's your initial thoughts on that top 10? And do you like the order? And if you don't like the order, would you change it?
Well, I don't like the order. I would probably change probably about two names. I would put Tatum higher. I would put Devin Booker higher. I think Tatum and Booker should be over LaMelo and Zion, honestly.
Ooh,
But I mean, Zion's definitely been turning it up. But
ooh.
I think Tatum is up there, and Devin Booker is definitely up there because their game is just they can't guard him. You just can't guard him.
You can't guard Zion though.
I mean, you can in the paint you can double him. I mean, that's probably as much as you can do. But you know what I'm saying. Outside of the paint, he ain't really not gonna knock down no threes. He's not gonna really, you know what I'm saying, mid
So
range shots.
Wait, okay. So before y'all even get into it, let's establish how we even looking at this list. Is this the top 25 right now? The top 25 will start a. I mean, the top 10 will start a franchise
right,
around, or is
that's
this
how I'm
like a
looking at it.
projection?
I'm
I
looking
think
at
it because
start the
the article
franchise
I'm
with.
looking at, yeah, it says start an NBA team.
Yeah. So but go ahead, keep talking though, Mark.
Yeah, I would definitely put Tatum and Devin Booker higher than probably Zion and Lamelo right now. I feel like Lamelo's he's still his first year, so I think he still got more time to improve. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Show
So
what he got.
what if he was a GM, right? And you had to
Right.
you know Like, who would you? Who would?
Who
How
would I
would you
pick?
have the list if you had to start? If you had to pick one to start your team around, to build your
Well,
team around?
Lucas
Luka.
definitely number one. Lucas number one for sure. That they got that right. Number two, number two. I don't know who I'm gonna put first between Devin Booker or Tatum, so I don't know. I'll probably say Booker, and then I'll probably put Tatum, then Zion, then I put LaMelo, then I put who else? I'll put Donovan Mitchell. I'll probably put who else? SGA. That's my
Mm-hmm.
man's.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I think that's like 5, 6 right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think you got. I think you got D. Mitch, Ben, Bam,
mm,
and Fox left.
mm, I probably put Bam. Then I probably go with D Fox, and then I go with Ben Simmons. And then lastly, who else?
D.
Who
Mitch
you
last.
say?
Donovan
Who?
Mitchell
D
last.
Mitch? Oh
I
no, I
think he
put him
said
up
D
there.
Mitch.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think
Yeah,
he
You
I put
did.
him
said
up.
D Mitch.
So where
Yeah, I
Lamelo?
put him up there
So
already.
you must have did 10 then. You must have did 10 then. Okay, Ben. I'm not
Yeah,
mad at you with
yeah.
that. Listen, I'm gonna go.
I'm putting Ben
I'm
last.
putting Ben last too. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah,
My.
I'm putting Ben last.
But you got to think
Yeah,
about
to start the
the
team.
the question is like who would you gonna start your team with?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
be
I'd probably
Right,
put
right.
Ben
non-biased.
last too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be non-biased here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say Luca's number one. And
Yeah.
Booker's my second. You can put 1A, 1B. Luca and Booker my favorite two players.
Mm,
But I'm gonna say Booker three though. I'm gonna put Zion at two because I think I'd rather start a franchise
okay.
with Zion over Booker because just off the unguardable aspect that he brings to the game. Like he's literally unstoppable. And
Mm,
then over time, I think he's going to turn into like a point forward. So um, that's good for
yeah,
him.
that
Now don't
would
get
be
me wrong.
cool.
Booker's unguardable too, and he does more. Shooting and all that. But Zion,
You're right.
everything that he brings to the game, I'd rather start my franchise with Zion. Um, three, I'm gonna take that straight into Devin Booker. I love Devin Booker at three.
Okay.
Four, I'm gonna go ahead and go with starting my team wise. I'm gonna go with Lamelo. I'm gonna go ahead and put Lamelo right there at four, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tatum. And after Tatum, I'm gonna come and follow up with Fox, uh, SGA, and then D Mitch, and then Bam, and then Ben. Yeah, Bam. I can't start a team with a two-way center, all around center
I
over
can't.
a point guard. I gotta take Fox and SGA and
Yeah,
them over Bam. So I'm gonna go with Bam at
yeah.
9 and then Ben at 10. I don't really think Ben can do much for me starting my team wise in today's game.
I just never been a fan of Ben
Yeah,
Simmons, bro. I just
he's
don't know
not
what it is.
my
Like,
team right now.
I just,
If I'm trying to build a team,
I
I'm
just
sorry, I
don't
can't
see
say
it.
yo, let's get Ben Simmons. No, like the last stall. For real. Like I would even take John Moran over Ben Simmons, but that's another story.
Nah, for real, bro.
Talk to us, Q.
I think,
What would be your order? Talk to us.
man. First of all, I think if I was a GM, I don't know, bro. It's like for some reason, it's something about Zion that just. I think if I had to start a team, I think I'm taking Zion,
Okay, I
just
can't blame you for that.
because you could, like Zion's the type of dude. Once you get him going and he gets that head of steam and like he gets going, you really can't stop him
Yeah.
at all. Which is why like he's what 20, leading the league in points in the paint, like bulldozing these grown men at
Mm,
20. Like imagine what he's gonna be doing with that strength once he still got stuff to polish,
Right.
but I feel
that's a
like
fact.
he's gonna be unstoppable. So I'll take him at number one. Um, I'll take Luca at number two. I think I'm gonna keep Lamelo at three, just based off of the glimpses where
Right.
he's shown
Right.
and
Mm,
certain intangibles that I really like.
right.
And then I think I'm gonna have Jason Tatum at four, simply because we watched him like be the main scoring option in a conference finals contending team. So
Mm,
That's a fact.
uh, then I guess I'll go Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, then Shea Gilgis, um, then Bam, and then Ben. Did I say is that all 10?
Nah, you ain't say D Mitch. He left out.
Oh damn. Well, D Mitch would be over De'Aaron Fox and under Jason Tatum.
Oh, okay. Okay. Respect. Respect.
I like that.
Yeah, I like everybody. Look, everybody got the same mindset with Ben being number last. So shit, that's good. I think
Yeah,
Luka and Zion
and
are
that
gonna
ain't
go
even
either
a
way.
knock. It's just because like just limitations on
Yeah,
offense.
Yeah,
super,
it's just
super
like
limited.
ain't much you can do besides pass the ball and dunk, bro. Like
And then they showed
that's
the
all Ben
stat.
can do.
A stat came out today. In
Now
his last
number 2,
games, he's shooting 41% from the field. Like how you 6'10" shooting 41% from the field, and you only shooting shots in the paint. That don't even make no sense.
Right.
Like it don't even
That
make
makes
no
that's
sense.
sad.
um,
That's
I don't
sad,
know
bro.
I don't know what Ben's
You
issue
know,
is.
And
He
you
actually
supposed to be
together.
like a shooting guard, point guard. You supposed to be you probably got 6 inches over most point guards anyway.
right?
So you should
Exactly.
be
And I don't even
paint.
understand how he has stretches like this when
Yeah,
it'll
bro.
be 1 second where he can score on anybody in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have
Mhm.
back-to-back games, 25 plus, and then he's mess around and be 30%
And,
the
and he
next
was on
5
that type of
games.
time like a month or two ago, but I don't know what happened. I don't know. I guess he's still finding himself in his and with that team, but I think that's gonna be their setback. Someone told me today he's as good as Greek. I said if he was as good as Greek, they'll go to the finals right now. Like,
Right.
if Greek and Embiid was on the same team, that's the championship. As simple as that.
Oh, how y'all feel about that Drew Holiday deal?
A lot of people was telling me he's overpaid. Cause
I ain't trying to hear
I
none
think
of
that's
that,
40 a
bro.
year. I think he getting 40 a year now. And I love the deal. I love it. I love it. 40 a
Right.
year.
Get your money while you can.
Yeah. I don't think he's overpaid, bro. I don't think that.
I don't think so
Yeah, I
neither.
don't think Milwaukee could have got anything better than
They
what
couldn't
he.
got nothing
Yeah.
exactly. They couldn't have got nothing better. And then it's just like the way their team is right now, they didn't really have much of a choice but to kind of like
Right.
commit with what they got. Like people saying, "Oh my
Exactly.
God, what an overpay," but it's like one, ain't nobody else on the market,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Ain't
two,
nobody trying to
like
go to
And nobody
Milwaukee.
gonna go anyways. Yeah.
exactly. So
Ain't
like, why
nobody
not
going to Milwaukee.
solidify like your point guard right now? Because Giannis is he's about to enter his prime window, which is typically from 27 to 32.
Yeah, 32. Yeah.
So a Drew Holiday contract that kind of it sets a floor
Mm-hmm.
because now you got three guys, three all-star quality guys contractually locked in.
Right. That's
So I feel like that was a good move because they kind of have to they kind of have to like make this shit work now. Now they
yeah.
got Giannis locked down. Like now is literally like the time.
All three of them is locked. They
Like it
got no
has to be.
choice.
Yeah, it has to be now. Like if they ain't really got they core set, then
I
ain't nothing else to do.
I,
And
I
then the way it lines up is Chris Middleton is off the books um later on, and then they'll still have Giannis and
Drew.
Drew Holiday. And then they'll have room to pursue those other guys that are at the top of the board, and the free agency class where they got that cap room is loaded. Well, I wouldn't say it's loaded, but it's definitely some guys that they will be able to pursue.
Yeah, I love it because it lets pretty much the whole NBA know and shout out to Drew for the tier that he's on right now too, by the way. But it lets the NBA know this is our number two and Chris Middleton's our clear cut number three now. Chris always been the
Right.
number two option. Now he's sort of kind of pushing that number three role where I think he can excel at. Imagine having
Right.
Chris
Yeah.
Middleton as your third best player. That's beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's a good
And then to be honest, bro, he doesn't even really have to be the third scoring option for real because of the type of player Drew Holiday is.
exactly.
It's like he's that type of guy where he doesn't even have to score to be effective. Like he could play, make, and facilitate, and he could also, open the game up for, a guy like Chris Middleton to be able to score
That's a
just
fact.
from.
That's a fact. Well, shout out to Stanford for their championship win. The first championship in a long time for that. Um,
Hmm.
for that
Shout out
university.
Baylor.
Yeah, shout out to Baylor for their championship win as well. First championship in a
All
long
right,
time for
that
that
that was their
university.
first time in a
Right.
long time.
Chill,
And then
yeah.
we had some good top 10 talks as well. So another great episode by us and all.
Yes, sir. We'll be
Shout
back
out
with
Drew
another one.
Holiday for his bag, and we go ahead be out.
And we out, y'all.
All right, man.
All right.